Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to the RBL Week 9 Team Builder. So this week we are versing Rotten Tomato and the Huntsville Bulbasaurs, and this is a match I've been looking forward to. From what I'm aware, Rotten is a really capable battler. The team obviously is a Sun team looking here primarily, but you know it has Zapdos in it as well, and Zapdos is scary. I haven't really got much that kind of deals a huge amount to it, but I've got a few different ideas and a few different mons that can hopefully break it slightly. But yeah, we have got quite a team this week. If you haven't gone already, go check out Rotten's socials. They're down in the comment section below, so I definitely recommend you go and do that. Yeah, this week, we have got a Venusaur, which is a G-Max, so G-Max Vine Lash is definitely a very scary thing. You got Whimsicott, which is a fantastic support Pokemon, obviously having the ability to Tailwind, having Prankster, I think, Reflect, and possibly Light Screen, maybe. But it has obviously got Prankster, so being fast and everything else on the field. We have got, obviously it has Moonblast as Fairy type, and as we know, my team does have a weakness to Fairy. I have made a modification, so we have now got Berserker instead of Ordino, but Berserker didn't really work this week because obviously you've got Ninetales there, and I'm pretty sure that's Ninetales is spelt wrong, but you know, that's that. Ninetales is obviously a Sunsetter, so Chlorophyll Venusaur could definitely be a really intimidating thing this week. We've got Lantern, which again can cause a few problems here. Azelf, which is just annoying. It can support, it can do a lot of different things. It can be a damage breaker as well. It hasn't got the best defenses though, so dealing with that shouldn't take too much of a problem. Piloswine, which is just a massive problem for me. Ground and Ice together. Like, it just obliterates my team. The fact that it gets Freeze Dry, so 4 times effective on Dracovish. It gets Freeze Dry for Hippowdon as well, Mandibuzz, and also Dragalge. And then Arcanine can get hit by the ground type attack. So honestly, you know, it's such a difficult, like, week to get around. Because normally I would have, like, well, in this time I'd have 3 ice weaknesses. But I would have 2 resistances, or 1 resistance and then 1 and 2 neutrals, so it should be okay. But with Piloswine being around, can cause me massive problems. And if he's identified that, then definitely we're going to see some big shenanigans having to happen with me. But I've kind of built the team so we can deal with the Piloswine. Togepi, which, you know, it could come for follow me shenanigans, but that's more or less all it can do as far as I'm really aware. It doesn't get the most amazing moveset, it doesn't get that much variety, hence why it is tier 5. In fact, I think it's tier 5. 1, 2, 3. No, sorry, G-Max. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's tier 5. So, you know, it could come just for follow me, but realistically, I don't think it comes. And I've got enough to counter that this week. I can definitely deal with it. We've got Zapdos, which is really annoying. I have got a couple of moves that do cover it. Just to try and hit it for some damage, which obviously, you know, is helpful. Incineroar, which is just Intimidate. Now, I could see, basically, I see either the Intimidor or the Ninetales. Could see both coming, but I have got, like, a lot of mons that do deal with the Ninetales and the Incineroar quite well. So, I'm predicting one or the other, and I don't know which one will come, because either Rotten is really going to want the Sun for Venusaur, and obviously for Whimsicott, I don't know if Whimsicott gets growth. If he's like running like Sun growth strats, then that'd be fantastic. Like I would applaud him for that for sure. But Incineroar obviously gets the Intimidate and gets a little bit more of a variety in this moveset. So definitely could be a problem for me, especially as I normally do run my team very physically orientated. And then Metang, I don't see Metang coming, but if it does, like I've got a few mons that kind of can deal with it. So my team, Dragalge. Now this was the last mon I put on. I just couldn't decide really what to put on as my 6th mon. I kept on going back between Alcremie, Dragalge, I even considered Dracozolt, but I thought Dragalge does kind of work here because Venusaur outside of like Earth Power or Earthquake can't do too much to me. Whimsicott, obviously we're 4 times effective with our Poison type move. We've got Ninetales, obviously Surf is going to hit that really hard. Sludge Wave will hit the Lantern hard. Azelf, I've got Shadow Ball coverage there. Azelf is the big one here that can be a problem for Dragalge for sure. We've got Piloswine, which obviously Freeze Dry is definitely a problem. Same with the ground type attack, but we've got Surf, we've got Sludge Wave, we've got Shadow Ball. Now obviously I don't want to go for Sludge Wave really against it, but Surf definitely is an option. Togepi just would go down to a Sludge Wave flat out. Zapdos, you know, I considered going for Icy Winds, but then I thought no, because I am also running Trick Room this week and I don't want to give him the opportunity for that to happen. Incineroar, again, we've got Surf, and we've also got Metang, which we've got Shadow before on there. So hopefully we've got the coverage moves here. Definitely a possible Dynamax Pokemon to get my special attack up, because I have got a lot of special Pokemon this week. Yeah, max HP, max special attack on this Mon. So adaptability, basically running it as usual, just with slight variations in the sets. Moving on to Porygon 2. Porygon 2, we have got Trick Room on here again, because there's the possibility that I might want to run a Trick Room. Sorry, I thought there was something going on outside. There is a possibility that I might want to run Trick Room if we definitely see a really fast team. If we see Chlorophyll team, obviously Azelf's really fast. The only problem with that is that Piloswine comes, it kind of puts me in a bad position. But Trick Room definitely is an option for me to set up to get really slow, and that allows for the Hippowdon, the Drialgi to really do their stuff, and even Dracovish if we're put in that situation. Again, I've gone for my typical investments. Now, there's no fighting type Pokemon on this team, so no stab fighting type move to hit me really, really hard. There's not really too many like hard breakers on this team. I'd say the Venusaur is a problem, but I have definitely got like some coverage for it. So we've got Tri Attack on here. This is just for general coverage on most Mons. Ice Beam, which hits the Venusaur, it hits the Whimsicott, and it also hits the Zapdos for super effective damage. That's my main way of dealing with Zapdos. And we've got Shadow Ball as well, just for a bit more coverage on the Azelf and the Metang also. I did consider going for Ally Switch, but then I thought in the end, actually no, I'd rather go for an attacking Porygon, because obviously with the Drialgi kind of combination here, I'm going for much more of a special orientated team this week. Moving on to the next Pokemon, we've got Arcanine. Now this week I am running Arcanine as a specially offensive Pokemon, which is really fun. Intimidate again. Now this is just in case we want to see a physical Venusaur or physical Azelf. Incineroar it kind of deals with as well. It is predominantly a special team, but I definitely could see a physical Venusaur coming. Obviously it's Earthquake, it gets things like Seed Bomb, it gets a whole variety of physical moves that could definitely work for it. So I thought, you know what, Intimidate still works in this scenario, and there's not really an ability that I prefer to run. I could have run Flash Fire, but again, too situational, and I feel more comfortable with Intimidate. Expert Belt, we've got Flamethrower. Now that obviously hits the Venusaur for super effective damage, hits the Whimsicott for super effective damage, hits the Piloswine for super effective damage. In fact, if I Dynamax, I think all three of those go down. Metang for super effective damage, it will hit the Togepi for neutral. We've got Snarl for the Azelf, and also for the Metang, and it also guarantees a drop in the special attack by 1, which could be really helpful if we've got things like the Venusaur that's got like a really high attacking stat move or whatever, or like the Zapdos if it's causing me problems. We've then got Scorching Sands on here. Now Scorching Sands hits the Ninetales and the Incineroar really nicely. Originally I had gone for a physical set here with Flare Blitz, Crunch, I want to say, and Bulldoze, but again with the Bulldoze, that speed control, I really need to kind of be maintaining that. I think Arcanine is definitely a huge win con in this match. Like even the Lantern will go down to a Max Quake, so that's really nice. Hopefully I can deal with this team. I did consider putting the weakness policy on, as I'm going to be Dynamaxing this, I think most of the time, because this is definitely my win con, but I've decided with the Expert Belt, it just gives me enough damage to kind of break down some Mons. If I go for Max, so if I Dynamax and go for the Max Flare on the Venusaur and it doesn't Dynamax, Venusaur dies. If it's in the Sun, Dynamax Venusaur dies straight off, but it does get the damage off on me first. But if, oh actually it doesn't, because it'll get the +1 in its special defense. Didn't think through that one, but you know, now that I've thought about it, I do know, and I'll be able to deal with it in the future, and also I'll have another one there that'll be able to cause some problems for it as well. So yeah, we'll work our way around this, but I think we definitely are in a pretty decent position with regards to Arcanine here. I think it's definitely a really good Mon. We've then got Mandibuzz. Now Mandibuzz is going to be a really good support one here. We've got Tailwind, allowing us to double our speed. That makes us a lot faster than the opposing team. Obviously things like Chlorophyll, Venusaur are definitely going to be a problem. I think my first lead is going to be Mandibuzz and Arcanine. I think there's a really good combination to deal some damage initially. We've got Fake Tears. Now obviously if I can get the Fake Tears off on Venusaur, get it to -2, that's just going to cause so many issues for it. So, you know, that's definitely something that I'm considering. Possibly even going for like the Protect on Arcanine first round, going for Fake Tears and Mandibuzz on round 2, then going Tailwind, Dynamaxing, going for Max Flare, possibly on the Venusaur. So there's a couple of like thought processes that I will go through like during the match. I've got a few ideas. Heat Wave obviously just covers the Whimsicott as well. If I need to cover both of them, it covers the Piloswine for super effective damage also. So yeah, we can kind of start dealing with those. I've gone for max special defense here because, as I said, there are a lot of special Pokemon here, and you know, we deal quite well with Venusaur and Whimsicott. Naturally, although Whimsicott's Moonblast will definitely cause us a lot of damage, but Ninetales is also special, Zapdos is also special. You know, we do have some problems there with the damage output, but obviously I'll play this as I go, but I think Mandibuzz is definitely going to be a really crucial one in this team as well. We've obviously got Tailwind as well, just to increase our speed. Moving on to the penultimate Pokemon, we have got Dracovish. Now, Dracovish is actually looking pretty good in this match, honestly. So I've gone for Vicious Rend, which destroys the Ninetales and the Incineroar and the Piloswine, and probably even the Azelf, probably the Metang, probably the Togepi, honestly. It really causes a lot of problem for the opposing team. We've got Ironhead, which is going particularly for the Whimsicott there. It just flat out takes out Whimsicott, which is really nice. And then we've got Psychic Fangs to the Venusaur. Now, Psychic Fangs should just take out the Venusaur flat out without being Dynamax, but obviously I do have to make sure my speed control is on point here. I've got Protect here to allow me to potentially get the Tailwind with Mandibuzz first, seeing obviously what the situation is, because obviously a Chlorophyll Venusaur is going to be a problem for me because it's going to have a high speed, but also the Tailwind Venusaur could definitely be a big problem for me because that would definitely outspeed. But that being said, Dracovish, I think it always lives an attack from Venusaur, unless it's like a specific Dynamax attack, then that could be a problem for us. Max HP, max attack, just to live some more hits basically. But yeah, we are going to hopefully have a lot of damage output with Dracovish here. Obviously, if he doesn't bring Ninetales, then this game I think is in our court. But if he does bring the Ninetales, I think we are definitely in for a more tricky situation. Obviously, I have Trick Room shenanigans to deal with, like the Chlorophyll. Realistically, if we see like a Ninetales Venusaur lead, and I lead with like Porygon and Dracovish, I can just Protect and Trick Room to be able to set that up, and obviously get the Vicious Rend really like easily on there. Or I can Psychic Fang straight into the Venusaur, which is obviously going to cause us some problems. I could even go for like Max Mindstorm to stop the Fake Out from Incineroar. So stuff like that is definitely possible with this team. So I possibly could even see a Dynamax with Dracovish. Finally, we've got Hippowdon with the Weakness Policy. Now, this is going to work hopefully quite nicely. This does require me... Oh, someone just followed me on Twitch. That's, I wasn't expecting that. Someone followed me on Twitch. Thank you whoever followed me on Twitch. We've got our last one here, which is Hippowdon. Hippowdon is fabulous. I love it. We've got Weakness Policy, which allows us to obviously be able to double our attack and our special attack. That'll be able to really put some pressure on that opposing team. If we set the Trick Room up with Hippowdon, then obviously Hippowdon, I think at that point against Venusaur +2, I'm pretty sure a Max Quake would take it out. Fire Fang we've also got there as an option, so Max Flare. Obviously I do have to be cautious with Venusaur and Chlorophyll. I've got Crunch there for the Azelf and the Metang, and it just covers the majority of the mons. Obviously, it puts a problem in for Zapdos potentially there as well, because Zapdos can't really get too much coverage on me there. Obviously, not having access to Hidden Power Ice anymore is a big problem for it, so this definitely deals with Zapdos a little bit better than some of my other mons. Sandstream, obviously, to control with the Ninetales setting up the can't think what it's called, the Sun, the Drought. So, you know, if I can bring out, if he brings out Ninetales Venusaur, I bring out Hippowdon and Porygon 2. Hippowdon Sandstream activates after Ninetales. I don't think there's any way that Ninetales could be slower than me, and that would definitely allow for me to be able to set up the Sandstorm there, so we're not going to have that boost necessarily from the Venusaur. And in fact, I probably could even go for something along the lines of Hippowdon Arcanine, and obviously without that boost on the Venusaur with its speed, I could definitely Dynamax and then just flat out take it out. Or I think I potentially, I do a lot of damage just from a Flamethrower. So, you know, there's lots and lots of things that are going around in my head. There's lots of ideas, a lot of synergy with this team this week, which I think I've been missing the last couple of weeks. But I'm hoping that we get a win. We have been on a bit of a losing streak, but we're going to go for it. We're going to try. We're going to see what we can do, and we are going to try and smash this match. But I know that Rotten is definitely going to be feeling the same way. So, wish me luck in the comments. Hope you've enjoyed this. Please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here. So have a good one, and I'll see you soon.